Hey all, this is a realistic battle on the Wallonia map. I'm playing French, and I'm with my friend Benz and Keth, who's playing the American tanks. This is, I think, around 3.7 for battle rating. I'm guessing on that, sorry. Anyway, this is yet another example of how some of my best battles are the ones that we lose. I'm gonna, for the most part, sit back and let you watch this. Don't want to fill with too much commentary needlessly. We'll point out we're going to Charlie. From this side, at least, I've always felt more comfortable going to Charlie and defending that point. There's a lot of open field here. And getting to Charlie is fairly easy from this side, I find, and you can do pretty good overwatch of the location the enemy would come through from their spawn point. So I think you're going to see that pretty much. Really, I'm never going to leave Charlie once we get there. A little bit of a spoiler, I suppose, but it's going to be busy enough that I don't need to go anywhere else. I've always found that the biggest struggle with this map seems to take place at Bravo. That is the one area that is most hotly contested at all times in this. I've never spent a lot of time in there myself, and part of that is because it is so hotly contested. Every chance I've ever gone there to try and help out, I've died pretty quickly myself. It has just a lot of turnover and a lot of death on both sides. Little point of interest here is I usually try and keep these houses between me and the point getting there, the houses, the bushes, etc., to reduce the chance of getting shot on my way there if someone's fast enough to get there. Else I end up like this guy who just got shot by me. Basically use cover and concealment as much as you can in these battles. Stick to the low ground unless you've got a target that you need to rise up over the ridgeline for. It allows you to see them before they see you. As a reminder, this is a replay, so during the actual battle I didn't see the red names over the enemy. I just had to spot them on my own. I just paused there to finish helping with capturing the point before moving back to defensive position. So from this point I can keep an eye on both Bravo as well as the field that crosses over to here at Charlie. The one place that I can't really keep an eye on, which really from any point at this location, is the woods to the west of here, or sorry, to the east of here, past that house. If they stick to the low ground and go through the woods, then they can sneak around and try and flank into this capture point. But by having my back to the capture point, basically they have to go through the capture point too before they can get to me, so I can keep an eye on if Charlie starts flashing. I know that somebody's behind me and I can turn around and deal with him. Don't have a good shot at this guy, but I'm able to fire off some machine gun rounds and let my friends know that there's somebody out there. So there's a little bit of a panic mode right here. I just gotten shot in the back from somewhere. I wasn't sure where the shot had come from, so I pushed forward to escape the location where I'd been shot from. I figured it might have come through the building where you'd seen me shoot through earlier, and I just did this quick run around. Also point out my turret ring has been knocked out at this point, so I cannot aim very well with this gun. It's all aimed by track if I haven't fired anything. So I'm not in the best position. Luckily I've got allies in the area, and apparently I kept them busy enough perhaps that my allies were able to take advantage of their distraction. So now I'm just hanging out and repairing my turret ring. And also help recapture the point. gotta say, during this battle right now, I'm feeling pretty confident that we've got this game. We've just pushed back their second attack on this position. We've been pretty successful up to this point. We had captured Bravo. I saw that it started being contested again, though, and started to push up to see if there was something going on over there where I could help. But it kind of felt at this point that we definitely had the advantage. And I mean, we do have a point advantage right now, so it seems like things are going well. See this enemy across the road, I try and pull out to try and take advantage of it, but he's gone before I get there. Given the direction he pushed, I was concerned that he might be trying to flank around behind me. And I'm right. I caught a slight glimpse of him through the rubble. And pop goes the weasel. I think that's probably the most spectacular ammo rack I've seen in this game. Friend Van is the one who told me that that armored car was around the corner, and I was going to try and circle around and flank him. And apparently he wasn't. He was so focused on me, he wasn't aware that Van had moved up alongside me to assist. So when he saw me turn my back to him, he basically popped out to try and get a shot on me, and that allowed both of us just to take him out. So they are very persistent. Here I thought that after the second counterattack we had this, they just kept coming. I had to try and run away from this guy while I was trying to get my chart to traverse around. I honestly hadn't been aware that he was there until I saw him actually coming around the corner of the road there. And honestly, this is kind of the end of the match for me. I'm going to come back in the scout tank here, but in the time it takes me to get back to Charlie, the points are going to expire. We're going to lose Charlie here while Van and I are both trying to get back to it. And then the other points are capture points are gonna fall pretty quickly here. And surprisingly, it ended very rapidly from that point. So you can see right now we're relatively tied, and it seems like we got a good chance here. But sadly, despite having 11 kills of my own and a great personal game, for some reason, the rest of the team just couldn't maintain the control of the other capture points or something. I think their air support on the enemy side here that you saw, which is definitely going to dog me in this light tank, is very beneficial to the enemy team. But now you can see Alpha is falling. And there goes Bravo. I would point out one thing is you see that medium tank that is pushing towards the enemy spawn point, which I gotta say I see this a lot. I've been seeing this a lot lately. In particular, I'm not sure why it seems so recent, but in general, maybe it's just something that comes in waves. It always surprises me to see when players ignore capture points and try and deny, basically spawn camp. Really, to be a good sportsman, regardless of anything else, before you start spawn camping, you should at least control all of the enemy or all of the capture points. That says that you've got no other objective left that you can really do except for deny them at the spawn. At least there's some valid reason for you to be at their spawn at that point, and shooting. But to push up to their spawn point and ignore the fact that we're losing points right now because the enemy has the capture points it's criminal. If you see this, please listen to me and focus on the capture points and don't be spawn camping. Thank you for that public notice. So, because of the, and this is where I have to, give credit to the enemy team's air support. Their constant strafing allowed the enemy to know where I was constantly throughout this. So there's a Panzer III that's actually lurking behind us right now. He's going to take out the van first, and I'm not going to get, no sooner than does Van get killed, then he can switch his target over and take me out. And actually, I think what ends the match is when I die, that's enough points to put us over. I don't know. It seems to happen at the same exact time. So, but basically the Panzer III, because we've been constantly strafed, knows exactly where we are or what he's up against, and can use that information to his advantage. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I think it's funny. It continues a streak for me where my best game seems to be the ones that I lose. But it was still a pretty amazing battle, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.